Welcome back to Baccano.
Welcome
Back to Baccano.
Welcome
Back to Baccano.
Welcome Baccano.
This
It's an easy joke.
I know. I was gonna make you make it.
Okay.
This is the episode 10. Yes, 10. We're at episode 10. Nebula owns the train. Isaac and Mira stole from the Genoards. Miza's an alchemist. The Rail Tracer's a person. And this is homunculus. There's somebody named Master Huey.
Homunculus.
The daily days. The first class is in front. Mafia versus Kimura.
You have spent a lot of time with me. You just read off a bunch of facts.
I did just read off a bunch of facts, and I've learned nothing from any of this, but hopefully that was helpful for you.
I have my own wheel count.
So what's
Claire is a
going
boy.
on? Claire is a man.
Claire is a gendered man. Mandibles. Mandate.
Who was in the circus?
Masculine. Acrobat. Do you know that Houdini ran away and joined the circus? The famous magician?
That
Famous escape artist?
I'm not surprised by this because lots of circus people are.
Lots of children run
Lots
away
of people run away into the
and
circus.
join the circus.
But yeah, so we saw Claire
Killing
out in
people.
we saw him on the street
Yes.
after having arrived. So it was like the jumping of timeline. Saw him after having arrived. He's just like walking down the street, all like, "Oh, I'm gonna get married soon."
With his shoulders like this.
Yeah, he was basically doing that. I'm gonna get married soon.
Am I doing
With
it
his,
right?
and he had like a black pea coat or something, which those are always.
Grand Central.
Yep.
And that, honestly, they did a pretty good job at describing exactly what Grand Central looks like, because it's looked the same for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've walked exactly by where they were.
Kind of creamy
Dozens of times.
sandstone yellow,
Mm-hmm.
sort of.
And it's really interesting because when you drive in New York, you will go to Grand Central, and the driving goes around it, and then you keep going. So you'll
So the
if you're-
two-way street at a.
if you're driving toward Grand Central, you'll see a wall, and you'll have to slow down to take a corner here, and then take another corner here, and then another corner behind it, and then keep going uptown or downtown where
So
you
it
go
splits
here.
into one-way roads then, or.
That's a two-way road. Most.
Well, it's a
side-
two-way road, but it splits into two one-way roads to go around the building.
Oh
or-
no. It's one going, one coming. Around the building.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It splits into
Oh.
one-way roads.
Yes. Yep.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, to
Yes.
get around the building.
Yeah.
One going north, one going south. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
So it's really interesting to drive through it because it's not very long. It's just a weird, like, why am I driving around this building?
It's just there.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
Wow.
But they did a good job with the art.
Yeah, the assassin Vino, and the assassin on the transcontinental railways.
Rare.
Railways.
Yes.
Not a bad shtick for somebody, I guess.
What else is going on?
Genoards are immortal.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Dallas and his posse.
Mira and Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use names, but I was spending time with two people recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, Lord, these people are, they're not like this, but in the moment they were acting like this, I was like, this show has influenced my life to the point where I'm literally looking at my friends and saying, these people are like Isaac and Mira. And I don't like Isaac and Mira.
Really? I'm actually
They're
really
just-
surprised. I thought that you would love them, to be honest. I'm surprised. The thing is, I'm surprised. I thought you would like Isaac and Miria, and the thing is that I'm super surprised that you like the cultists, Lad Russo, and the cultists more. I'm really surprised about that.
I'm
Actually,
changing, Kristopher,
I know
but they're just,
they're too much of a cartoon character.
they're you should never believe everything that comes out of your own mouth unless you're me.
That's So this is one hating one's own kind. Then that's what this is.
No,
That's what I
we're
think
entirely different.
I think that's what this is.
I don't have a counterpart.
That's me.
Are you Mira? Because this is gonna get weird quick.
No,
I'm not Mira.
You're Miria.
Anyway, they were acting like that. It was just, I was like, oh Lord, what is going on in my life? Watch this show. Now I'm associating the show with my friends. Like, what are they doing?
Now that we've seen them a bit more, though, they're all distinct enough in their personalities.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
Isaac and Mira, like, they're adorable in a kind of, how dare you be an idiot?
They're adorable as a character in a story. If you met them in real life, you'd want to stay as far away from them as possible.
If I met them in real life, I might stab them, and I don't have a tendency of being an aggressive.
Why would you stab them? They're adorable, as you just said. Do you like stabbing adorable things? Adorable people?
This isn't Fight Club. I'm not trying to destroy something that's beautiful.
I'm just wondering, why would you stab them?
Maybe I'll run them over with a car like
run them over and then befriend them?
Nessie did. Anyway,
this is so interesting.
Watch the episode.
You're defying my expectations.
Good.
All right.
What do you guys think? Do you like Isaac and Mira? Do you like the cultists? Do you like Firo?
What's that, Miriam, my dear? All right. Here we go with episode 10 of Baccano. And
we never get to see what the coin lands on. Nessie.
I love the counter melodies flowing in and off of each other between the saxophone and the trumpets in this song.
Chancy.
You must converse with your fellow immortals using your true names, or they will become lost to you for all eternity.
We're actually immortal! It's freaking unbelievable!
I'm Ennis. Just Ennis.
Ennis. Ennis, right?
Just Dennis.
I like little kids who flatter me. So now what do you want?
Oh yeah, that's right. Rachel told us she saw the rail tracer, Vino, kill Ches.
Be pretty terrible to be trapped in a 12-year-old's body for eternity.
I would agree.
Perpetual puberty.
I think 25 or 26 would be a good age to be trapped in. Newfoundland.
The senator and the UE.
What do I owe the honor of this personal visit?
Some of your followers are trying to make things very difficult for me.
What have the Lemurians done?
They've hijacked the Transcontinental Express, the Flying Pussyfoot. And in exchange for the lives of the passengers, they're demanding your release.
I see. And you'd like my intervention in the matter?
My wife and daughter are on board.
Since when did Manfred Barium start to care about his family? I thought all you craved were power and money.
This is no joke, you piece of shit.
Now there's the real Barium.
Do not ask for whom the bell tolls, for the bell tolls for you.
make them give themselves up, Huey.
Hmm.
You'll end up no worse off for it.
Their plan will
Like
not succeed.
Japanese stories, white doves are used for
The Amores have
death
taken over the trade,
a lot.
and it means my daughter is on board with them. My daughter is absolutely loyal to me and no one else. She will not fail me.
Your daughter, Shana LaForêt, she's a fanatic as well.
She simply needs to understand that what they are attempting to do will, in the end, be of no use to me whatsoever. Now, Shana, you will not falter.
What's the matter, Shana?
Chansey. So that was, we talked about this an episode or two ago. Like, what would it be like to be immortal trapped in a prison?
Yeah.
That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
But he probably gave his daughter eternal life. And
That's
so
gotta be cold.
She's probably
Here it is. All those people in the dining car.
talks to the demon too.
Kill them for me,
Devil.
sir?
Whatever.
What's that?
I'd pay you. It'd be more than enough to make it worth your while, of course. You get to have all the fun you want, and I make sure I'm safe on this train.
You're no kid. I know that for sure.
I'm glad you understand. Most never do. If you kill all the passengers for me, I'll give you $20,000.
Out of the question.
Oh, he's pissed.
That's a lot of people to kill just in the dining car. And for what? A little spare change? Besides, how do I know you'll actually pay me?
I have a substantial amount of explosives stashed away on the train. I'm using it to make a bargain with the Runerada crime family in New York. They have a great deal of trust in me. If you do this one little job for me, I will definitely put in a good word for you with the Runeradas. They'll be sure to treat you well.
That's a bit convenient.
I happen to have some extra explosives. After you've taken care of all the people in the dining car, I'll set them off as a diversion. The train will stop. In the meantime, you and I will take the remaining explosives and get out of here. We go on to New York and collect our money, and everything here will be pinned on those guys in the black suits.
So what's stopping you from using the explosives yourself?
He wants everyone dead so he can be safe.
The body of one of them. I'd prefer it if I didn't have to gather up all the pieces, if you know what I mean.
Multiple bombs on the train.
Do we have a deal here or what?
Too bad. You were so close, but you couldn't figure out how to talk to me after all.
What?
I can't let a look like yours go unanswered. You're just so sure I'm not gonna do this. What? You don't know who did this?
Yeah, I got hit, and when I woke up, she was gone.
That's right.
There. It's the Gand. This has to be their doing. Ah!
He just let her go away and then tied himself up.
Wow.
Eve, it's me.
Elliot?
Eve, I'm sorry I scared you. It's all our fault. I don't know how to make it up to you. I wish I could just crawl into some dark hole and never come out.
You're here to rescue me?
Yes, it's the least I could do.
Thank you, Elian.
But Miss Eve, we are in no position to expect you to offer us any of your gratitude. And I'm afraid that includes what happened to you and your brother.
You mean my brother Dallas? Do you have any new information about what's happened to him?
It's top secret information within the company, and I only know a little bit. But I want to make amends, so here. The Gandor family is connected somehow to your brother's disappearance.
Gandors.
Wow. That is a little bit.
Family?
It's enough of a start.
Please take me to them. You have to show me. I must secret
That sounds like a great idea.
as soon as possible. I'm begging
Take me to this gang so I can ask them questions about my brother.
Hey, Mira, do you think Ennis got got those 4 hoodlums to the police, okay?
I don't know, but I hope she got away.
Speaking of Dallas.
What do you think she was trying to do?
Maybe she was trying to run away from home?
Run away, yeah, you might be right, Mira. She was really strong, though, wasn't she?
She was strong, all right.
Strong women are fantastic.
Just like Amelia Earhart.
Timely reference.
What's that, Mira, my dear?
Where do you think we're going to go after all this?
Here's the thing. If you steal from a big Mafia family, it makes a whole lot of people mad, and they try to find you, and it ends up being a whole lot of trouble. So then the only way around that is to steal from a smaller family not connected to anyone. And according to my information, there are 2 families, the Martillo family and the Gandor family, that fit that description.
Oh, wow!
It's quite simple. We start by going to the Gandor family hideout, which is just down the street. What we're doing tonight is known as scouting the location.
And then it's time to start rolling!
Let's assume we do take it back to them. Do you really think they're just gonna hand us the dough?
We'll have to trust them.
But Dallas, that old guy croaked Scott just like it was nothing. When they're through with us, we'll just get rubbed out too.
Listen, just forget about Scott, all right? Those guys want this stuff we got. All we gotta do is hold their precious hooch at gunpoint. Then we tell them they don't lay their mitts on it till we get our money.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll work, no problem.
Hey, Mira, that box must have all their bribe money in it.
Money sure sounds good right
Called it. Knew they'd go after it.
It's gone from old man to Dallas, from Dallas to Gandor, from Gandor back to Dallas.
Tomorrow their safe will be empty.
Oh, yeah! Then we gotta stop them and get our money.
Hold it!
What the? Right there! Who are you?
The man who came back from Reichenbach Falls with a vengeance! Professor Moriarty! Yes. Would you believe Jack the Ripper?
Is this some kind of joke? We don't usually waste our time with idiots in stupid costumes.
Well, then how about messing with me?
What? What the? God blinded me.
That's the stupidest thing.
What are those called? Those ninja powder things. They begin with an N, I think. Knitter. I don't know.
It looked like she simply
like you make them by like filling an eggshell with like flour or something.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called though.
What a useless thug. What should I do? Since I can't count on him, I have to find some other way to discover who the immortal is. Before, without even realizing it, I used my real name. So I know there must have been another immortal in the room. I won't be devoured. I guess I'll have to devour them first.
Wasn't he just dead a minute ago?
Yes, he was. It's a chick.
Oh, hello.
Haven't seen him in a bit.
You're that guy from the newspaper, right?
Oh, yeah. Hi there.
They shine. I bought a whole bunch of them. They're really sharp.
Evening. You're the guy from the newspaper.
Hi there.
as stated moments ago.
And what can we help you folks with?
Well, it just so happens that...
You're Mr. Gandor, right?
That is correct.
Which one of us?
All three of them.
Eve Genoard. I'm the younger sister of Dallas Genoard.
Clearly not actually trying to stop her being at the door still
You
doing
may know
this.
my brother, don't you? I'm trying to find him. Please, you have to tell me what happened happened to my brother?
Hey.
Absolutely certain you want to know. Must then.
What? That's not.
Let's find him.
Oh, a little girl came up to 3 mobsters. Guess we gotta confess.
You're with me. Hey, Nace. I'll be coming back, so please be careful.
Oh yeah, this scene.
Yep. Splotchy McSplotchersons.
Didn't know you were such a round heels, boss.
That was our first kiss.
What? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, boss. You two have been an item for 10 years, and that's the first time he laid one on you? I mean, there's gentlemen, and then there's just plain stupid. You too, princess. So, why did you kiss me, man? Seemed like a pretty good offer to me.
There's being a gentleman, and then there's just being plain stupid.
The way he was looking at me, it's like that smug face was just daring me to blast it all to hell. He was so certain he wouldn't get killed by us. He was looking down his nose at me, Lad Russo. I was
Lassie.
the most incredible urge to kill.
Yeah, but still.
But what really burns, what makes me wish that he were alive so I could kill him again, is that goddamn look at his face. Like I just couldn't kill him. Hey, keep it down.
Ah! What?
No one's allowed to yell but me.
I just like, he's like, wah! Huh?
This is not good. We're stuck here.
Is this a new victim I see before me?
Because people regularly check the tops of trains.
Johnny, what are you doing?
The white suits might try to get past up here.
Are you protecting Goose and those other fools? You know they plan to kill you.
I know. Once they freed you, they won't have any use for me. What they really want is the secret of immortality. They just want to become immortals themselves. Neither you nor I mean anything to them.
Very smart, Johnny.
I gave up my voice in order to protect the secret you gave me. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid of those who are trying to take you from me.
Are you saying you will protect me?
You're an immortal. You do not age. In time, I will grow older than you. And in time, I will die before you. But you are the only person who loves me. You are my only family. So I cannot allow you to be taken from me. I will never give you up to anyone.
All the white doves, which symbolize death, and then the one black bird. I don't know this, but I feel like that's symbolizing that Huey is the black bird, just based on my thoughts of him
Sure.
being different from everyone else.
I don't know why he didn't give her immortal life, though.
Since you guys are dressed up as an orchestra, this has to be a performance tailor-made for me. An intimate event for
That was a nice line.
only. For you to climb out of the roof just for little old me. It must be true love. I'll take it. I accept this love from you, young lady. But you have to accept my love, too. I love you. Now you die. What was that? Did that really happen? Oh, yeah. That's it. That's the way, sister. This is embarrassing. I gotta kill her. I'm gonna kill you, baby. Whether you want to die or not. Yes! Yes! Is this happening? Really? My dear, you're really amazing! Ha!
Ow. Get hit with a metal pole 30 miles an hour into your back.
Well, look who's been sneaking around up here. How about the two of you put your hands up and come down? Look, Gandalf, how?
Well, that was quite a dramatic entrance.
You're supposed to be dead.
Now, why is there such a big deal with me being alive?
What? What's the big deal? Oh, now I get it. You use someone that looks like you. There ain't no end to your dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks?
You're the one who took Eve Genowat, ain't you?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I got proof. Don't think you can just sit there and jerk me around. You're working with Dallas.
No, that's not true.
Eve, what are you? What more proof do I need than that?
Don't you think that's just a little bit random?
Yeah, a little too random for me. I hope you get it now. You might think different, but the ones with the power, they're the ones who prevail.
I can't think if the right rebuttal is you're wrong or you are right.
The right rebuttal's correct.
What the hell is this?
Look, there are powers in this world you clearly don't understand, pal.
Well, that didn't work.
That didn't work.
How could we have known it was liquor?
How could we have known it was liquor?
And then they're gonna celebrate.
Well, on to the next location. At least there's another Mafia family we can steal from, right?
Which then will make the scene when Firo becomes a family member make sense because it goes, oh my god, they killed Isaac.
Remember, Mira, act naturally, like a good customer.
That's right. Naturally.
Nessie's following him around.
May the peace of God be with you always.
You two are new.
We'll be discreet.
We're discreet.
Come on.
May the peace of God be with you always.
Good evening.
God. Listen, there's supposed to be an office around here somewhere. If we find the office, we find their safe.
I don't know what to make of this room,
Like you come here all
but I'm making something of it.
Like we come here all the time. Yeah.
Everyone's staring at them.
Eventually you just...
There's bullet holes in this floor. Let's look down it.
You shouldn't be back there.
God have mercy.
In celebration of your joining our ranks, I will fire the ceremonial pistola.
There it is.
There's a problem with one of the patrons.
His head exploded.
Don't cry, Mira. I'm still alive.
You're gonna die.
Well, probably someday.
You two are the ones who were at the hat shop this afternoon.
Hey, it's those guys.
The ones that bumped into us.
It's those guys.
I didn't realize you were a priest and a sister.
You know, I didn't like Forrest Gump
No?
for very similar principal reasons. It's so absurd. So like fantasy, magic, good, totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Near reality, but just a little bit too consequential? No.
It's a bit contradictory in the sense of that it's striving for realism, and then but you have to ignore this fantastical stuff.
Yeah.
So it's something that's trying to be both.
Too coincidental. That's the
Okay.
word. Too coincidental. That's why I didn't like it. I was like, this is stupid. Give me fake or give me real, but don't give me some sort of mishmash where it's like, it's really kind of not quite, almost really, but also fake. Sometimes.
What about the topic of fate that has come up a few times in the show?
I'd say 10 episodes in, you've probably realized fate doesn't really... It's not really a thing. Sorry about your table. Gotta clean this table, guys.
What'd you do? What did you do? I wasn't watching.
This.
Oh, don't do it again. You have to clean it again.
I know. That's gonna be funny.
Hey, Mira, I have a feeling that the two mysterious people might be us.
We made her silent, huh?
We must have done something inexcusable right out of the blue.
You're right.
And we don't even know who Shana is.
We've never even met her.
Chancy.
The only thing I wrote down was Ches wants everyone dead so he can be safe.
Yeah, he seems like he's just trying to catch whoever the other immortal is so that he can stay alive.
Out of the fear that because the only other people that can kill him are
Right.
the immortals.
Which is interesting because that must mean that most of the immortals kind of like dispersed and are kind of surviving.
What? I'm trying to think of what it is. It's that story, not battle royale, but something in that similar sense of where you get a bunch of people
Hunger
together.
Games.
No, it's nothing publicly popular, but I don't remember what it is. So that's gonna help narrow it down. But it's type of story where it's like you have this group of people that are all close, and then you insert something into the group of them, and now there's a reason for all of them to want to kill each other. And so what most of them do is just like, after one or two people die, it's like, okay, let's just go away from each other and never see each other again. Is that like it's not Highlander but
No.
It's something that instigates that sort of thing where no.
At least we know what Czechoslovakian boy wants now. I wonder if he's gonna kill Lassie.
Lad Russo.
Yeah, could be fun.
Well, we see first episode we saw him in the snow, minus an arm.
True. Forgot about that.
With Lua in his arms. Surrounded by a whole bunch of police officers.
That relationship just doesn't seem, I don't know, healthy.
Oh, no. I can't imagine any relationship with Lad Russo is healthy.
I mean, he really seems to like his uncle when he's the one in power.
He's taken such good care of him.
Okay.
Yeah, this is that whole thing with between him and Ches, just like, oh, you're a young little kid and you called me a nice man, so I'll listen to you. And then it's like, do this for me. He's looking down at me. I gotta blast his head off. I wish I didn't blast his head off because I want to do it again and again and again, just for giving me that
He'd
look.
probably just capture him and be like, this is my plaything.
Yeah.
Can people who are immortal like that lose weight?
Oh, are they going to be permanently stuck in that form?
That would suck for obese people.
Yeah.
I have all these extra questions based on the world and its magic system.
Yeah, that would be... Because all of the people we've seen so far have been fairly fit. I mean, Sillard was old, but that didn't seem to stop him from all over the place on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you have to make a second deal with that devil.
For what?
Weight loss.
Oh,
Atkins.
Not just immortal, but eternal
Keto.
eternal good looks.
Well, not even good looks, just not.
I wonder when
basic health.
When did Zillard initially come in contact with all of those old men that gave them the incomplete product that still allowed them to grow old and die, just not be killed by others? So kind of like the sense of like immortality for elves, in a sense. Like you'll grow old and die, but no one else. Well, maybe that's different. It might be the opposite.
It's not exactly
is that no?
the
It's
same.
it is the opposite. Someone that the elves is people can kill you, but you won't grow old and die. So it's like they were given the opposite of the elvish immortality. If no one can kill you, but you will grow old and die.
One wheel count.
One wheel count?
One.
What was that?
It's when Chansey was talking to her dad, and it cuts to a scene that holds there for probably 25 seconds of the train wheels not moving.
Oh, okay.
But the scene where Eve gets pulled into the car, no wheels. And other things that should have had wheels, or like, they're just implied wheels.
Yeah, okay.
It's a vehicle and whatever. So.
Yeah, so Shana apparently gave up her voice to protect her father's secret of immortality.
Sounds like she made another deal with the devil.
With Ursula.
Because.
Gave up her voice for human legs.
Maybe.
Oh, it was Ariel who made the deal with Ursula, but right. Yeah.
I feel like you gotta dislike your children if you can name Ursula.
Yeah, she's doing it because she's the only family she has. Which, yeah.
Why would you not give your daughter immortality?
If you had immortality, what would you want to give it to other people?
Well,
like, let's skip the question of would you take the deal and have immortality? Okay, let's just assume
you have.
Let's just assume you have. Now what would
3 millennia past?
Now 200 years later, you have a family.
This broached an interesting story premise in my mind where one person has immortality and then they just keep having kids to protect them. That then end up dying.
So, okay.
Sounds like a really terrible life.
That does, because
any way you spin immortality sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Did you see that new Dracula movie that was 5 years ago or something?
Nope.
It was played by the guy who plays Bard in The Hobbit. I can't remember the actor's name. Anyway, we talked about it when we sat down to talk about the book, where someone became evil to try to protect his town. So, like, he meant well, but then now has become a devil.
Oh, yeah, we were working on a story like that too, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. No, I remember the conversation.
I don't remember what story it was.
But yeah, about, now that I know that you're talking about the Dracula movie, he becomes evil to protect his town.
There's no scenario that I think works. There's no scenario that benefits a person from living forever.
Well, that's the thing of that.
In a broken world like this.
Well, that becomes then the thing of, like, obviously, that example you just gave, he didn't become immortal for himself. He did it for the town. So you're right. Yeah. It ends up terrible for him, but did it end up achieving his goal of saving the town? I don't know the story, but
it's pretty. You should watch it. It's really
okay.
Great. It's a good action flick.
I'll have to watch it then. Dracula. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Immortality sounds terrible.
So you wouldn't give it to your family?
No, I probably wouldn't even. Well,
assuming you have it, it sounds like you wouldn't.
Well, also you have to have the ability to give it. So, like, although the cultists believe that Huey can get that for them, he doesn't necessarily have the information far as we know.
Because as far as we know, Maiza is the only one that has the complete knowledge.
Yeah.
Although the one person made, Mr. Barnes made something that actually achieved the same thing. And Zillard absorbed him, so you'd think Zillard has that knowledge himself now.
Well, he made the partial version, I thought. I thought that's all he achieved.
Well, I know he'd said that, yes, the formula is finally perfected.
And perfected in the scientist term.
Right, fair enough.
Without testing doesn't necessarily mean perfected.
Right. Well, it was my understanding that Zillard was calling him over there and gathering everyone together because Mr. Barnes had finished it, and they were going to then give him the finished thing to everyone, so they would stop growing old. But,
So, who knows? What do you guys think? Comment below.
Yeah, and now I'm wondering, oh no, I think going down this line we might find a billion plot holes, because now I'm wondering about that. Because like, why would Zillard be pursuing this bottle if he'd absorbed Mr. Barnes and all of his knowledge and experience? So technically, shouldn't Zillard know how to remake the thing Mr. Barnes had made?
Right.
Why are they
can't?
Well, I guess in some ways I could understand them trying to reclaim it because they don't want other people to have it. So I could understand it from that perspective. I don't know. That is. What do you think?
Comment.
Tell us what
Subscribe.
you think.
Like below. Do you like Isaac and Mira? Who's your favorite character and why? Someone's gonna be like, I love Lassie. And we'll be like, Lad Russo? And they'll be like, no, Lassie GIF.
Lassie GIF? I have no clue what that is a reference to.
Lassie GIF.
Oh.
Just like a GIF of Lassie.
Oh, okay. Anyway, this has been episode 10. Like, comment, subscribe. We have a Patreon thing. We'll buy coffee and drink coffee and maybe buy other shows and anime with that.
Yep.
Thank you so much for everything that is happening in your Anyway, join us next time for more Baccano. And we will be Baccano. Hey. Dallas Genward laugh.